So just to start,
Okay.
I'll ask you about your background, what mediums you've worked in perhaps, a little bit about your specialization and where you're heading in your career.
Okay. My background is from Portugal. I'm coming from Portugal, where I studied for 4 years, art in general. I was in art school for more than 4 years, actually, 5 years. When I finished my school, I work in an advertising company, and as a part-time, I was painting and doing sculpture and I started work with video. And later on, I decided to do a different step, and I just decided to apply for university in London. I moved to London, where I'm based now for 8 years, where I study film and TV production, and where I started to work in art films. I use that base to actually create another things, and as a base for creating other things. And at the moment, I'm just arriving with film. I'm doing a lot of art installations, art video, and doing my own short films, my own documentaries, and I think that's it. And
Good.
I want to continue in that line.
You're very productive. Can you tell us about the inspiration behind Glowworm?
Yeah, of course. Glowworm, it's taking from a little bit of what I've been doing for the last few years. That is, I work a lot with the surrealism and with the dream. And I decided to create a circle of life, and taking base dance and art and dance and performance as a background. And a lot of times in my work, I use the subconscious together with the realism of life. I put them in the same line. So practically in the Glowworm, what I did is pick up some urban locations and put a dancer and create 3 different lines. One is the birth, life, and death.
And how related are the costumes to that? Because I noticed that was a strong theme.
The first one actually is it's a red big curtain on the floor, where I decided to use it in the top of a building, to use this as a contrast in terms of color. And I thought birth, the red is very related with the blood, with ourselves, so we get out of this kind of comfortable world that we come from from the mothers. So, and I thought there was some part of the films you can see even cars passing in the background, and then she's practically born inside of the urban life, so it's this comparison of fake and reality again, one more time. The second stage is the white one. I thought white because it's quite plain, and it's a little bit during our life, and I create 2 different stages, one in the background and one on the front, that actually reflects a lot what I wanted to create with the dancer was sometimes we step, we fall, we stand up again, we walk in a line, we fall again, but it's all white, it's never a line, but it's always white for me. It's a representation of the color is white life. Yeah. And sorry, and the last one.
Yeah.
I was almost forgetting. The last one is the back to the heart. It's almost you going back to the nature. I use the green because it's all related with the nature itself, as I see it. So, yeah.
Thank you. And how do you feel about being chosen for the selection for the Art Film Festival this year as part of the selection?
I feel very proud. Thank you so much. No, I think it's a very big pleasure to be here, and I feel very great to actually be selected and be invited to come to this festival, and hopefully, and it's an amazing opportunity to meet people like you and everyone that is around.
Thank you. How did you hear about the Evi Film Festival?
Hear it through internet, actually, just internet research. I started to look for festivals, and I suddenly came in front of me this festival, and I was like, why not?
Yeah, excellent. Okay, well that's perfect. Thank you so much.
No
Great
problem.
explanations.